Every business, no matter the industry, runs on a network, and someone has to be the person who keeps it connected, secure, and working. That's exactly the role the CompTIA Network Plus certification prepares you for. It's the vendor-neutral credential that proves you understand TCP/IP, wireless security, cloud networking, and real-world troubleshooting. Skills employers expect before trusting you with their infrastructure. In this session, we'll walk through real exam-style practice questions so you can think like a network technician and pass the exam with confidence. Let's get started. Question number 1. Which of the following physical installation factors is the most important when a network switch is installed in a sealed enclosure? A. Fire suppression. B. Power budget. C. Temperature. D. Humidity. Correct answer, C. Temperature explanation. A sealed enclosure limits airflow, causing heat to build up quickly. Network switches, especially high-density and PoE models, generate significant heat. Without proper cooling, excessive temperature can cause performance issues, shutdowns, hardware damage, or reduced lifespan. Humidity, power budget, and fire suppression are important factors, but they are not the primary concern in a sealed enclosure with restricted airflow. Question number 2. A network administrator needs to reduce network fragmentation between the SAN and the server to decrease backup times. Which of the following MTU sizes should the administrator configure to accomplish this task? A. 1500B, 2000C, 7935D, 9000. Correct answer. D. 9000 explanation. An MTU size of 9000 bytes enables jumbo frames, which improve performance for large data transfers, such as SAN, backups, and virtualization traffic by reducing overhead and fragmentation. All devices in the network path must support the same MTU size, including NICs, switches, and storage systems. The standard Ethernet MTU of 1500 bytes is not optimized for high-throughput transfers, while 2000 and 7935 are not typical jumbo frame values. Therefore, 9000 is the best choice. Question number 3. Which of the following provides two switches with the most uptime if a power outage occurs? A. Plugging both switches into the same PDUB, plugging each switch into a different circuit. C. Plugging each switch into a different PDUD, plugging each switch into a different UPS. Correct answer? D. Plugging each switch into a different UPS explanation. Connecting each switch to a different UPS provides the highest uptime during power outages. A UPS supplies backup battery power and adds redundancy, ensuring that a failure of one UPS does not affect both switches. A shared PDU creates a single point of failure, while separate circuits or PDUs only improve power distribution and do not provide battery backup. Therefore, separate UPS units are the best choice for network availability. Question number 4. Users in a new subnet segment are unable to get IP addresses from the DHCP server. A network administrator notices that the DHCP server is located on a remote segment. Which of the following should the administrator do to resolve the issue? A. Configure the IP helper on the network device. B. Configure the switch to accept EAPOL on the new VLAN segment. C. Configure the existing DHCP lease time. D. Configure the DHCP server to operate on non-standard ports. Correct answer A. Configure the IP helper on the network device. Explanation. Correct answer. Configure an IP helper address DHCP. Clients use broadcast messages to find a DHCP server, but routers do not forward broadcasts between subnets. An IP helper address enables a router or layer 3 switch to forward DHCP requests to a remote DHCP server as unicast traffic. EAPOL, changing lease times or modifying DHCP ports do not solve DHCP communication between different subnets. Therefore, an IP helper address is the correct solution. Question number 5. Which of the following has the highest administrative distance? A. Enhanced Interior Gateway. Routing Protocol. B. Border Gateway Protocol. C. Static Route. D. Open Shortest Path First. Correct answer, B. Border Gateway Protocol. Explanation: BGP is the best answer because IBGP routes have an administrative distance of 200, which is the highest among the given options. Administrative distance helps routers select the most reliable route when multiple routing sources provide paths to the same destination. Although eBGP uses an administrative distance of 20, iBGP's value of 200 makes BGP the correct choice in this scenario. Every organization depends on its network staying up, and skilled technicians are the ones who make that happen. Passing the CompTIA Network Plus certification proves you can configure and troubleshoot wired, wireless, and hybrid networks. Apply core security principles and zero trust concepts. Understand cloud networking and network automation basics. Support any vendor's technology, not just one ecosystem. Don't rely on theory alone. Use CertBoosters practice questions to sharpen your troubleshooting instincts, reinforce core concepts, and walk into the exam ready to pass on the first attempt. Start practicing now via the link given in the description below, and build the networking foundation your IT career depends on.